Just give me that old-fashioned rock and roll. Kind of music just soothe your soul. Oh, hi. So, in case you're slower than I think you are, today's subject is music. Uh, I love music, actually. I'm not a music expert. I often forget the names of bands and songs, but I know what I like. And actually, I like a wide variety of music. I've always been kind of eclectic, as they say in the biz. I have my favorite. I not real wild about most of like 50s, early 60s, but after that, late 60s and 70s, I can go back to that all the time. But I didn't get stuck in that era. I like stuff from the 80s, the 90s, right up to today. Um, and I like I can listen to just about any kind of music. Some, not a whole lot. Like I really my my favorites. Of course, your favorite's always going to be like what you listen to, like in your teens and stuff like that. And I always liked the like folk singers of the '60s, the Mamas and the Papas, and Peter, Paul, and Mary, like that. But and then like the '70s, the singer songwriters, Dan Fogelberg, Harry Chapin, Jim Croce, uh, just and I'm obviously leaving people out, and I like the old rock and roll, you know, such as the Beatles. I just saw some kind of video where they were talking about the Beatles when, of course, they made their big appearance on Ed Sullivan. And I remember that night. I think I was like 5 years old, and possibly four. Anyway, I actually remember it. We were still living up Penn 5 at the time, and I remember my sister Lila was all excited about it. And we had the old black and white TV. I don't know if we even had an antenna on the roof, just bunny ears, but we got that station. And I sat there that night watching that, and for a long time after that, I hated the Beatles. Because to my young years, all I heard that night was a bunch of women screaming. Later on, I got to appreciate them, and especially the later '60s Beatles. Their early stuff was really popular, but you know, she loves you, yeah, yeah, yeah. Not a lot of depth, you know. But anyway, and the Stones, another. This is a story. A lovely lady. Oh, that's a whole other thing. Um, about how I'm not good, like all the time with groups and things. I remember one time in high school, somebody said, "Hey, Muck, do you like the Who?" I said, "Oh yeah, I like them a lot." And they said, "Do you like Baba O'Reilly?" And I said, "I don't think I know that one." I said, "But you know the song I love is that Teenage Wasteland song." And they said, "That's Baba O'Reilly, Muck." And thinking of it later, I realized obviously he was purposely setting me up, to make me look stupid. And then with a little more hindsight, probably because somebody had done it to him and made him look stupid, so he wanted to make someone else look stupid. Except I was the wrong person to pull that on because that's not the sort of thing my ego is wrapped up in. You know what I mean? So, when he said, "Oh, that's Bob O'Reilly," I was like, "Oh, okay." Anyway, The thing I really wanted to talk about with music, though, is your connection to. Oh, I meant to say, though, first, I started saying that I like all types of music. And I can listen to country, I can listen to rap, but not like a whole lot at a time. And, obviously with both those genres, it depends on who. Like I'm not wild about the old, old time twangy country. The would be like Conway Twitty and stuff like that. But if you're going to talk about Johnny Cash, Willie Nelson, um, Chris Christopherson, that's okay. And and then the later stuff too. It's not as much, the old timey country. And like rap, there's some rappers I like and that, but I can't like just sit down for an afternoon and listen to rap, whereas I can with some of the other stuff. Um, but anyway, oh, and like classical was fun to have as background music for periods of time. Trying to think, I don't know anything that well, I know the one that I definitely can't stand to listen to much at all is like death metal. And I don't want to sound like an old person, but it's like all it is yelling and screeching. That I never got onto that. But the thing about music is though, you'll never hear me in seriousness make fun of what other people listen to. I will do it jokingly with people I know. You know, if I don't know any Bieber fans, or some of the other ones that people rag on a lot. I have a couple of Facebook friends who used to be big in the Insane Clown Posse, and that's always fun to make fun of. But in actuality, I don't care what people listen to. You like rap, you like death metal, cool. Whatever works for you. I'm not going to put you down. Don't put me down for the stuff I listen to. Um, Especially because I have this maudlin side. Like in the '60s and that. There's a lot of good music, but my God, they had a lot of depressing stuff. I was, for those of you who remember, things like Billy, Don't Be a Hero. You know, um, one that used to get me every time. And any kids out there that don't know this song, go to YouTube after you're done watching this all the way through. And remember to like, subscribe, and I forget what the pros always say, but anyway, after you watch this, look up Honey by Bobby Goldsboro and tell me that song doesn't trigger your allergies. But I still haven't got to the real point. The point is, I think, don't we all have some music that touches our soul, hits our memories? You hear a song and it's like, oh man, I remember my mother used to like this music, or, oh, I remember there was a girl in college that, we used to listen to this song all the time, or, oh man, this is the song I listened to, after that evil bitch broke my heart, whatever. And I say all of us, except the thing is, there are some people not like that. There are people that have no connection to music at all. And I just think that's weird. And it's sad. And I've talked about this before, but it didn't occur to me till just now as I'm talking. Could it be That's something with some of the people that are on the spectrum somewhere, so they don't get that connection. I mean, I can easily imagine Elon Musk sitting somewhere and seeing some people crying over a sad song or dancing, and he's just sitting there going, "Oh, I don't get it." And then he'd make some comment that he thinks is hilarious, and everybody just looks at him and goes, if you weren't a billionaire, we wouldn't even invite you to these things. Anyway, so I think that's most of what I wanted to say about music. This is a subject I could talk about a lot. Maybe someday, and this would be something I'd have to actually make notes of. I'd go down through like a bunch of my favorite songs and tell you why they have a special connection to me, or why I liked them when I first heard them, that sort of thing. They always, well, you know, songs, the big thing about them is next to smell, they're big on triggering memories. You listen to a song and you're thinking, those were the days, my friend. So, in the words of the great philosopher Thomas the Hanks, that's all I have to say about that. Peace out.